Good morning everyone, it's Becky Niles. I'm going to share a recipe with you today that Sean Baker shared on Instagram. So it's pretty similar to the last video that I did for my egg shake, but this one is dairy free. And it is Eskimo ice cream or tallow ice cream. It's used by the natives of Alaska. Theirs is a little bit different than what I'm going to end up and show you today, but I'm going to go through the ingredients and then we'll get into making it. So it first consists of, like I said, tallow. I use the tallow that has rendered off of my beef suet that I get. I consume beef suet because I keep a higher fat approach to my carnivore lifestyle. So I reserve this, and typically I would use it for like skincare products or frying in, but today, like I said, we're gonna end up and make it ice cream. So we're gonna use beef tallow, and then I've got 3 farm fresh eggs. We're just going to use the yolk, a cup of ice cream, and then we're gonna use Redmond's real salt. Now these last 2 are not something I would typically use in a carnivore recipe, so this is not something I would probably eat on a daily basis, but this is cinnamon. And then this last thing is Capella drops. I use Capella flavoring drops instead of using like imitation vanilla or anything like that. It's a flavoring concentrate that ends up, I don't know how well you can see it, it is a pretty concentrated liquid, but it doesn't have any preservatives or stabilizers or anything like that. So it is a pretty good pure source of flavoring. And like I said, this one is vanilla bean ice cream. So we're gonna get into making this. First, we're gonna use the good old Ninja blender, but I'm gonna end up and separate my eggs out. Like I said, we're just going to end up and use the egg yolks, not the whites. I will feed the whites back to my chickens, and I don't get concerned about using my farm fresh eggs or consuming them raw, since I do know the source of where my eggs are coming from. So like I said, we're just going to get these 3 egg yolks put in this bowl real quick, and then we'll drop that egg yolk, and then we'll get on to making. So there's the 3 egg yolks. I'll throw them in the blender there, and then we're going to end up and use 2 tablespoons of tallow. You can set your tallow out so that it softens, but we're just gonna end up and just put it right on in here. All right, and then just a pinch of salt in here. So you can end up and add a little bit of water also to get it the consistency that you want. So we're gonna add the ice in here, and then I'll end up and add a little bit of water. Okay, and now comes the flavoring. So you can add anything you want. Like I said, the native Alaskans would end up and use like raisins or fresh berries that were in season. And then we're just going to add a sprinkle of cinnamon in there, and then we will blend it right up. It will be loud, so I'm sorry. And have to scrape the side a bit to get, you know, that tallow all incorporated. It tends to sometimes stick to the side, but we'll get it turned back on here. And there you have it. There is your Eskimo ice cream. Enjoy!